video previously, guys, and I went across this post on Instagram, and you guys are gonna see it in the thumbnail. But I told y'all I was right. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is the only two players in NBA history to win the scoring title multiple times and be named all first team defense. Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James fans and stands. Just put LeBron James out the GOAT conversation. Just put him out the Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan debate. Like, there's only one guy next to Mike, and that's Kobe. I stated, and they both. Michael got 9 times. Michael 9 times first team all defense, 9 times scoring title. It's unbelievable. So Kobe to even be mentioned in that conversation when Mike played. Look, Michael Jordan is a better athlete than Kobe. He's got a better vertical. He's a better rim finisher than Kobe. But that's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We can't say he's a better defender than Kobe because Kobe made first team defense all 9 times. And Kobe can hand check guys. Kobe played against the greatest scorers of all time. Kevin Durant, Allen Iverson, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady. He had to guard all these great, incredible players that Mike wished he could have guarded. Mike didn't even get a chance to guard the Jerry West's in the 60s and 70s and Elgin Baylor's. His best player was Clyde Drexler. Like, everybody great in Michael era was power forwards and centers. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing was a center. Dave Robinson was a center. And Hakeem. He wasn't guarding those guys. He was guarding, shutting down. He was guarding no-name guys. The guy was 6'3", white guys. Like Michael said it in his Michael said it in The Last Dance. When he first got to the league, the guy was snorting cocaine. They asked him who he wanted to hit. Michael said, hell no. He wanted to go work on his game. That tells you in itself right there that the people in the 80s wouldn't focus on basketball. Michael shot away like Len Bias was the #1 pick for the Boston Celtics. Ended up dying sniffing cocaine. That's what the drugs. These boys wouldn't focus on their game and crafting their game. How these boys from 2000 to now. The lead is way more skilled, and these guys, Michael never faced him. Michael was going against Joe Dumars with 6'3" guard him. White guys, unathletic, guard him. Like in the 80s, like that's when he beat his crazy scoring damage, averaging 37, 35. But nothing. So the only thing Michael do, like I say, he's a better athlete. Kobe is a better ball handler, better free throw shooter, better long range shooter. Got a better counter move. Any defense you want for Kobe, he got a counter move for it. Period. He got a counter move. That's not even. And then he's an ultimate team player. He played with the. Listen, Michael. Why his scoring average ain't Michael's scoring average and scoring titles. Kobe played with Shaquille O'Neal, bro. Kobe played with Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, Kobe won them championship because he played the most dominant player ever, but then bring up his scoring averages. Well, it ain't nothing close to Mike. But you can't say he played the most. You can't have it both ways. You gotta either pick and choose. But Kobe benefited from winning 3 championships playing with Shaq early on in his career. So off the gate, congratulations. He fit in. He took a backseat role so the team can succeed in the finals because Shaq dominated the finals. Marcelo Wallace is an idiot. He was on TV today talking about the KD and Kobe. Like, was Kobe the best player? Like, was Kobe the best player? No, Shaq was the driving force. Just in the finals because he had the better matchup. Like, I don't understand these football players, like these analysts that think they know basketball. They don't bring up. They're not bringing up the simple fact. The simple fact that Shaq dominated weaker opponents in the finals and Kobe dominated Doug Christie, all defensive team, the Bruce Bowens of the world, the Raja Bells, the better world pieces, all these great wing defenders that Kobe had to go against, the Chris Kittles, the Richards and Jeffersons in the final. Like, he had to guard these 3-and-D guys. He got guarded by these 3-and-D guys. The metal world pieces, the Shane Battiers, Shaq. That's post Shaq when the Shane Battier and the metal world pieces in the playoffs. But pre Shaq, he had to go against Kittles, Bruce Bowen, Doug Christie, all these great 3-and-D guys. While Shaq had to go against Rick Smith, the Kimo Mutombo, whoever the New Jersey Nets center was. Like, we don't even know them guys' names. So stop saying that. Kobe dominated the Western Conference against the better competition, and Shaq dominated the finals. But you you can't go like so. Michael played with the better defender and Scottie Pippen, and Kobe Bryant played with the most dominant offensive player in Shaq. between the two. So Michael did the more scoring. You got to remember, Scotty picked up Magic Johnson and interrupted the offense full court, 94 feet. When Mike guarded him game 1, they lost. So they had to make a switch. So Scotty was the better defender. Mike took the scoring load. Kobe was the wing defender and averaged the points. Shaq dominated weak opponents. So we got to kill that noise. Like, we got to kill that noise. If Michael played against Shaq, he wouldn't average 30. If Kobe would have got drafted by the Charlotte Bobcats, which he did, but they ended up trading him draft night, he didn't get no minutes his first 2 years. He would have put up a lot of shots and averaged 21, 22, 20 points off the bat. He would average 29, 30 points a game. If he would never played with Shaq through his career, he'd average 29, 30 points a night his whole career if he would have never played with Shaquille O'Neal. But somehow they say he's selfish, but he won 3 championships with Shaq. He made it work. Funny how these analysts, these people say that. So I just wanted to bring that up and say, yo, Kobe is a more skilled player than Michael. Michael was the better rim attacker. He was the better athlete. His vertical is way higher than Kobe. Like, it's not even close. Like, Michael was, and LeBron is like through this world better athletes than Kobe. They're just not better basketball players than Kobe. But go back to LeBron James. Like, he's not even on his list. He averaged 30 this season, missed the playoffs, and was the worst defender in the league. One of the top 10 bottom feeders, worst defenders players in the league. He's been one of the worst defenders in the league his last 4 years since he's been in LA. Like, period. LeBron James is not on the level. When LeBron James averages 30 points a game, he don't make the first team defensive player. Because he don't have the energy, the skill level. Defense is a skill level. So when you see Mike and Kobe, and I can take a step further, they got multiple times winning score title, but 3 times Kobe did it, averaging 30 plus, and make the first team all defensive team. Michael out this world with it, and then he's just out the world with it, and I go back and say he played against not the great offensive player. No, he didn't play against the great offensive players. He has it, but in a nutshell, he still was a great defensive player. Period. And to able to score 35 a night, both Kobe and Michael scored 35 a night and made first team all defense. 35 in a whole season, and then you can go out, then you stop the other guy from getting his averages. I mean, that's demoralizing. Like, what can you do? Like, Kobe and Mike is like on a different level than everybody else. Like, you're not even close at this point in time. As I think about it, like, LeBron James shouldn't be in the conversation with these guys. He's next tier after these guys. Like, they're in the whole conversation by themselves. I just thought we put that out there to the world and we share this because it's not even like on the same atmosphere. Like, Kobe and Michael, like, you know how hard it is to score 35 a night and then make the first team all defensive team? Most guys that make the first team all defense team ain't giving you 35. They the only 2 players ever with multiple seasons scoring titles that made the first team all defense team. That's just that right there. That stuff right there. Oh, like, defense is a skill set. No Metta World Peace is on that list. No Kawhi Leonard on this list. Like, none of these great wing defenders. No LeBron James. Like, none of these great wing defenders that you can think of, 2-way players, is on this list. It's Kobe and Mike. Not even, I think Jerry West made it one time. Just made it one time. That was the only other player that was mentioned. I believe so. I got to go back to early 60s and 70s. But in the history of basketball, no 2 players been better on both sides of the basketball court than Kobe and Mike. Kawhi Leonard, he's not going to lead the lead in scoring. And like when he started picking up his scoring, when they started asking him to score more, his defense declined. He was able to, because he had help. He had Tim Duncan, he had Tony Parker, there's nobody doing the scoring. When he became the man in Toronto and he went to LA Clippers, his defense declined. He was not the same defensive player no more because they asked him to do much on offense end. You ask Kobe and Mike to, what would Kobe and Mike do? Kobe go get 35, and then he'll go guard the best player down the stretch of the 4th quarter. That's how they make their bucket. They'll go have the energy. Sometimes Kobe would just, sometimes Kobe would just take the best player. Like in 2009, he shut down LeBron James. And that's the time LeBron James, after they played in the Olympics together, LeBron James decided, I'm going to play defense this year. And Melo, that's when when they all played with Kobe on the Olympic team, they won the Redeem team. Kobe gave him a challenge. LeBron made his first team all defense because Kobe went to Phil Jackson and said, Trevor Ariza cannot guard LeBron James. I'm going to take him. I'm going to set the tone. This young boy, he's great. He the next thing coming. I'm going to show him, and I'm going to win 2 championships in the process of showing him I can guard him, lock him down, hold him to his season average, hold him to a 40% field goal percent shooting, make him turn the ball over more, sweep him, Go win the championship against the Orlando Magic. Average 33 in the finals. That's what Kobe did. That's what Kobe did. Period, point blank. And that's what the same year LeBron made it. First team all defense. And that's when Melo made it to the Western Conference Final. Kobe elevated these games. They look up to Kobe. So how can we now say LeBron surpassed Kobe? That's ridiculous. It's hot out here. I'm sweating. But that's ridiculous. So everybody stepped their game up playing like when Kobe challenged them. Like you see Giannis. Go win if you not win a title. Giannis completely. Jason Tatum is balling because of Kobe. Kyrie Irving, the most skilled, most bad because of Kobe. He went to go join Kobe. Now his balance, how to get to a shot, how to raise up and shoot. Because he went to go visit Kobe Mama Metallic. Kawhi Leonard wanted to go work with Kobe. They all work with Kobe. Nobody's working with LeBron James. Period. End of discussion. Like, the skill set of these two guys is off the chart, and we should cherish it, and we should not mention guys that's not worthy to be in there. Like, LeBron is a great player, but come on, man. These are two greatest ever we talking about. The two greatest, the two best. Michael, the greatest player ever with the aura, the stallion, how he elevated the game from the 80s and made it to a wing player that can dominate. Won the 6 championships, finals MVPs, scoring titles. Kobe added to Michael game with the 3 ball, the handles, all the corner moves, all the mid posts, like everything. He took Jordan stuff and he elevated it. Jordan was just a freakish, way better athlete than Kobe. And I ended right there, and I want y'all to like, subscribe, tell me what y'all think. I'm out.